Hey Bebop crew, welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to do pretty much a chill video where I do a few little unboxings. Depending if I do a complete unboxing or not, we'll see. And we'll just kind of chit chat, so let's get into it. So I thought today we will talk about some of the animes I've been watching this season and kind of go over like what I like, what I've been interested in, while I actually unbox some figures. So let's do that. To be honest, I've tried recording these videos before. I've actually done 2 prior recordings of a Weeb Wednesdays. Which is what I want to call a segment. And unfortunately, they didn't turn out how I liked it. I think there's like, let me see, because I unboxed my Mosh figure in a Weeb Wednesdays trial video in a Skasaha bunny figure, as well as like my Shiro figure from No Game No Life. In none of the videos, I particularly like how they came out. Particularly the Mosh one, because that one was a headache to open that figure, and it was horrible. Okay, that's the Ami card. So I don't think I've ever really shown. I probably have shown the Ami cards a few times. This has been a while. I can't remember. What figure is this? Oh, it's my other No Game No Life figure. Wait, hold up. I'm thinking Shui from No Game No Life. I know both of these came out, and I just couldn't remember which one I opened. But I'm looking dead at Shui, and I don't see her. So I should have put 2 and 2 together. Good Lord, there's a lot of paper in here. All right, let's kind of get this out the way. All right, a lot of paper. All right, if you don't know, this was a re-release of this figure. Why is that so hard to... Okay, so it's a re-release of the figure. If you don't know, No Game No Life is one of my favorite animes. It's obviously a classic to the point to where I did get the steel book of No Game No Life and No Game No Life Zero. Very great show. A lot of people wish this got a season 2. Would it? I don't think so. It's hard to say. Granted, there was a part-time got a new season after what, I think 10 years or something like that. It's been a while. So hopefully this gets a season 2. This would be cool. But this was the Shiro figure I really wanted for a long time. This was the one because it has her like on the planet, has like all the small little mini figures around her on the checkerboard thing, which is a big thing for Fat Company, who's the manufacturer of this figure. And it's just a very cute figure. There's a lot of No Game No Life figures now. So hopefully we'll see. I have most of the figures I want from No Game No Life. I don't know if I will get any of the new ones. It's hard to say. But that's that figure. Okay, with that, before we get to the next figure, let's talk about anime I've watched this season. Let's see, what is the big one? What is a big one, rather? I could talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, but everybody's been watching that one. I don't think that one needs much of an introduction and everything, so Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of easy. Bugetsu Tensen, again, season 2, people like that one a lot. Actually, you know what? We could talk about this one. This one's been actually very good. It's what is the so Reign of the Seven Spellblades. This one's actually decently good. I actually like it. It's a slow burning anime, and you think it's pretty much a kind of a, I don't want to say slice of life, but like think of Harry Potter slice of life, kind of like that type of thing, and that's pretty much what it is. But there is some intrigue. I think at episode, I want to say maybe 5 or so, there becomes a mystery with one of the main protagonists about him trying to find out who killed his relative. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but as soon as they got to that plot point, I became a lot more interested in it to see where it was going. They deal with magic, sword fighting, some labyrinth crawling, kind of. It's a little weird. They learn everything in the school, so that's where the Harry Potter thing kind of kicks in. Kind of like what was the second movie called? I can't remember what it was called. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That's what it was. Chamber of Secrets. Kind of that intrigue. That's pretty much the premise. There's some mystery, some action, very interesting ways of how they implement magic in a way, things like that. So it's nice. It's a very gentle anime. If you want like the overall rating, on my anime list, it has like a 6.76. I have not rated it yet because I don't know where it falls. It's above average, but it hasn't hit like a peak of like, it won't, for instance, like I won't ever rate this like an 8 out of 10. I can understand like maybe a 7. If it's still on the line of 7 and 6 right now, I think it has to do something more. I think where it really falls fast is the fact that it is a slow burn and you don't get a lot immediately. And even though you have a main protagonist, you kind of sense like the female heroine is the more of the hero, which is fine, but it's weird because they focus on the guy, but the girl seems to be a more narrative character, which is weird because there's also 6 total characters in the friend group. So I want to say is it 3 guys, 3 girls? Yes, 3 guys, 3 girls in a friend group. Why they call Reign of the 7 Spellblades is because in the world there are these 7 techniques or 7 techniques, weapons that there were only 6 of them, and then during the phase of this anime you learn of a 7th one that they kind of show. It's a little weird. You may be expecting like, oh, the 6 friends get Spellblades. Not really, no, that's not how it works. It's very interesting. I would say give it a watch. Could be your thing, could be your cup of tea, may not be. There's a lot of action, a little bit of romance, a little bit of comedy. It's interesting. I do like the dynamic between all the friends, so it's actually decently nice for that. Alright, let's get into this second figure. I'll be honest, I can't remember which figure's in here. They've been sitting here for a minute, and usually I try to open figures. One, because obviously because of the channel, I want to do figures on video. But I try not to hold off on making the videos very long, even if I just record my unboxing and then do the like rating, reaction, everything later. I don't like holding off on opening figures because I don't like keeping them in the box for too long. These have been in their boxes for a little longer now. Of like, oh, this one definitely might get its own video because it's very much a newer figure and it's one of a character I really do like. Even though I have not watched the second season of it, which is kind of annoying. I will say this: as much anime as I watch, I am very bad about watching season 2 sometime, depending on the anime. For instance, Mob Psycho season 2 and 3 took me a long time to start watching now. I don't know why. Let me get rid of this paper because this is noisy. This is also one like I have not watched season 2 of, even though I like the anime. It is Quintessential Twin Tuplets, and it's Miko Nanakono. Wait, what? Nakano? Tell me if I'm pronouncing that right, because I'm a little jiffy. But this is her, this is a, holy crap. Oh, this is a 1/6 figure? I don't know why I thought this was like a 1/7. This is a big figure. Dude. Holy crap. This figure is big. I wasn't expecting this one to be this big. It is. Wow. Oh man, I did not know it was this big. I don't know why. I thought maybe it was a 1/7, 1/8. It is a 1/6 figure. That is amazing big for the price point. If I remember, I only paid like maybe, I think these figures were going for like 120 or so USD. And I don't think I ever looked at how big they were because I knew I wanted a figure of her and a few other characters. Because, so the one figure I have of Miku is a prize figure. It is a pop-up parade. I think I went over the pop-up parade figures in one of my like comparing different figure scales and everything. And the pop-up parade was disappointing. Like even though like it's a cheaper price point, you get what you pay for kind of thing. But the quality of it is really bad, and I don't think they got details very good at all. So, and don't get me wrong, some prize figures are very good. But that one was disappointing, especially with the character I like, because this is like this is like one of the only two sisters I actually really like in Quintessential Quintuplets. And I can probably tell you what the other one's name is. Again, it's been a while since I've actually watched the actual anime. It's kind of funny. The only thing, the only problem I have with trying to find an anime like that is that I do not know how to spell. So if you ask me, trying to look up anime, I can tell you this name, but I cannot spell it. So usually, sometimes I have to probably scroll through it. Oh, okay, yeah, it gets in there. And also because most in my anime list it goes by the Japanese name. So trying to find Quintessential Quintuplets that way, you can search it if you know how to spell it. But if you're like me, you can't spell, it's going to be a pain in the butt, especially for the insane word like quintessential quintuplets. Because how often do you spell quintuplets or the first word? Very rarely. So let me see if I can find it. I'm still waiting for a lot of animes to come back. There's a lot. I can talk about that in a different Weeb Wednesday, but I really have had a problem with some animes not getting season 2, some animes that have season 2s that probably don't deserve it. It's really weird. For instance, and again, don't nail me for this. Again, this is my opinion because of how I've watched animes and what I anticipate or what I kind of get from them. One anime I don't think deserves a season 2 and technically a season 3 as fast as it got it is Alphabeta. I think it's Alphabeta the World's Strongest or something along those lines. So I watched Alphabeta the first first 2-3 episodes. I was legitimately hooked. I loved the premise. The guy gets betrayed, kicks down a chasm, and is thought to be dead, whatever. Then rises up and starts fighting wolves in there, drinking their blood, loses an arm and everything. So he has an insanely cool beginning of an anime. Like, it's legitimately dope. And I love that sequence of it. I thought there was going to be a season of him fighting his way through these dungeons, whatever the hell they were, to get to the top to figure out who kicked him down the chasm. But what it ended up being was a harem anime where he finds a lottie vampire girl. He ends up finding a dragon and I want to say a rabbit, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it's a rabbit. And it just goes from there. He just travels with them and that's all the anime is. And I was like, you started off so strong. Like, it had an insanely cool beginning. It had betrayal. It had this survival tactic. And then it became this legitimately weird anime about a harem, and it's weird. I haven't watched season 2. I don't know if I'm going to. I finished season 1. Once I start an anime, I'll continue watching it. But that one was the first one in a while where I was like legitimately disappointed. Like, I can find some enjoyment out of most animes that I just watch. And it's great. That's cool. But when I start watching one, I think, oh, it has a great premise. It has a great start. It has a great sense of... I completely passed up Quintuplets on this list. But it was so disappointing of what happened. And I don't know why it went the route it did. It's like, it had such a great premise. Anyway, I've been sidelined. So, Miku, the other sister I really like is Ichika. Ichika? I think it's Ichika. It's the one who's more of a model and everything. So I ordered her date figure as well. So those are the two I have. I don't know if I'll order the other 3 sisters. I don't know. It's hard to say. You would think, like, oh, if you have one sister, you have to get the other ones. No, I don't. Probably for collecting regions, I would, because I want a full collection, but I also like collect the figures of characters I really like. And those 2 are the ones I really like. Again, this is a big figure. I wasn't expecting this to be as big as it is. That will actually probably get its own video because that's amazing. I love how big the Miku figure is. I wasn't expecting to be 1/6 scale. All right, this figure, I believe I know what... Okay, hit my desk. I don't even know what it is. This one I know for sure is getting its own figure or its own video because it's not based off of an actual character. It's based off of an illustration. Is this the same? Yeah, it's the same Ami card. That means all these figures came in relatively at the same time, but probably separated, which I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Shiro got pushed back. Miku is a combined with my rest of the orders. The reason they didn't combine with this order is because it was a single shipment order. And I don't remember if it's because sorry, you probably can't see me, but I was trying to figure out because I could have sworn, crap, I keep it in the box. But this figure is supposed to come with illustration. I'm pretty sure I got the illustration version. I mean, I am going to open the actual box up. I'm not sure if you were able to see the front of this. It is from Astrium Design. So if you know that, then you probably can guess what figure this is, maybe. All right, let's see. But I think this was single shipment for this one. Because it was it probably wasn't a single shipment. What was it? It was, what's the word they use? There's a very specific word for the pre-order. It was the same thing like with my Ningguang figure. It was a provisional pre-order. And I don't particularly remember what that meant. It might mean like, oh, they didn't get enough pre-orders of the figure, so they're not making it maybe. That's the only thing I could think of. Like if it's on provisional pre-order, hey, we may not make this figure, in which case it may not, come out. Which I'm like, okay, that's the most likely scenario I could think of for that. I don't mind this paper stuff. It's just, it keeps the box in pristine condition. I get it. Slightly annoying. All right. Whew. Oh, good. It's actually this is also a 1/6. Good lord. Hey, hold up. Where's your jacket? I'm a bit. Oh, I see. It's behind the figure. Okay, this is a big figure. What the hell? I didn't know this was a 1/6 as well, man. That is surprising. Most of the times I will pick figures. So this is kind of premise how I buy figures. I go off characters I like from animes and I look at the design and do I like how it's, the overall design, how it's composed. I like the details of it from the images. I like how it's probably modeled, like in what position they're or what pose they're in. I like that. It's very rare that I get figures that are based off, actually it's not even just rare, it's extremely rare, like once in a giant blue moon rare. That I will get figures off characters I do not know. I think the only characters I've done this for is Ningguang, because I don't play Genshin Impact, and another figure off of illustration, but that's because I like the artist's work, and I think it looks just stylistically amazing. Same thing for this character. This is more of a, I want to say cyberpunk-esque kind of figure, which goes very cool with my Miku figure that I have. I'm pretty sure I did a video unboxing of this one, which is my first and only Miku figure. I don't think that's gonna be my only Miku figure for a while. There's one other Miku figure I do want, and it's an older figure, which I'll see if I ever get it. But this one is supposed to go with her because I like the stylistic idea of those two like just sitting next to each other. But this one is legitimately dope. Again, I did not anticipate it being this big. I don't have that many 1/6 scale figures. I have a lot of 1/7, a lot of 1/8. Surprised me, I have a lot more. I have like, 4, 5, 1/4 scale figures. So it's really interesting that I got two 1/6 scale figures, not knowing they were 1/6 scale. So this one definitely will probably get its own video because it's just a stylistic one. I want to see it in the full detail of it. And Miku will probably get her own figure because I wasn't anticipating it being as big as it was either. So I'm not sure if I can see both of these figures. I'll kind of give you a glimpse of what the figure is. If you can, yep, there you go. So there she is. I'll give you a better design of what the illustration is. So that's the figure. It is, from the outside artwork, it is beautiful. Like, I love her design. Like, the facial details is amazing. I could have sworn I got the one with a illustration in it. There. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, you can't see this. There's an illustration of the actual art on the top of the figure, like on the top of the box. Actually, I think the illustration might be in the box. Hold on, I'm very curious because I want to know. Trust me, I actually don't plan on doing this, on actually unboxing this figure, but I do want to see if the illustration's here, because I could have sworn I got the one with the illustration pre-order, and I don't see it, and I'm wondering if it's actually inside the box. Which I've only got one order with a illustration in it. And that was my big grand order. Was it 25th, 30th anniversary one? I did not see. Huh. Let me double check. Did I get the illustration one? I'll have to double check now. If I didn't, I'll be disappointed. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. I'll probably be right back. Okay, so I did look it up. I did get the one with the bonus in it. I just don't know if the bonus is actually inside the box, because it's not inside there. I may have to message Ami about that, because it's been a while. And oh wait, I see it. Oh, it's a wall scroll. I see it. Okay, we're good. So we're good. I see it now. It's in the box. It's actually a wall scroll. It's just very dark behind it. Couldn't see it. Very happy about that. I was about to have a fit, like, because seeing the figure now, I was just like, oh God, I really do want the bonus illustration with it. Did not know it was a wall scroll. I thought it was going to be a print. Again, like my 25th anniversary fake grand order one, because it came in a frame. But this one's a wall scroll, so I'm okay with that. That's cool. Again, the figure made me more excited for the illustration, so I really want it now. So no, that's cool. I'm happy with that. I'm curious, how the hell do I put her jacket on? That's going to be interesting. All right, so again, the figure that's getting their own video is going to be this one, which is, I guess you can say it's the Astrum design. She does not have an actual name, I guess. It does not look like it from what I see here. It's just called Addict's Debris version. I don't know. Okay. And Addicts is spelled kind of interesting, A-L-I-X. So that's cool. And then the other figure that's going to get its own video is the Miku date version, which again, I wasn't expecting both of these figures to be 1/6 scale. Those are both gorgeous. Ooh, I don't know where I'm putting them. That is an interesting conundrum I'm gonna have. But we are gonna open the Shiro figure. So we're gonna do this as I talk about some other animes that I have watched so far this season. Oh, did I cut the box? No, a little bit. I cut the box a little bit. I will say this, I do ruin a good bit of my boxes. Not because I'm not careful, just because of, I don't know, my own idiocracy. It's weird. It's weird. Okay. Most of the times when I open boxes, though, it's mostly when I'm doing this, trying to open it, and then like the little things right here about a flap start ripping. That happens more often than not, and it annoys the hell out of me. That it does. All right, there's Shiro. I'm opening this figure because it is an older figure, and I don't think anybody really needs to see that one as much. Why is she? Okay. Have some fading pink checker marks. Okay. But because Shiro's an older figure, this is one of the older ones of her. So I don't think it was necessary for me to show an unboxing of her. Okay, so while I was doing that, my recording stopped because it only does like 30 minutes at a time. Sorry about that. I was putting Jabril on, which is fine. I'll probably just cut through a lot of this and like fast forward through it. All right, animes I've been watching. Let's talk about that for a second. Whoa. Let's put Shiro. I'll close the boxes and everything a little later. But we're gonna have Shiro kind of be our little mascot for right now. So I'll put her right here. So you guys can enjoy a very lovely view of a very gorgeous character. All right, so animes I've been watching besides Seven Spell Blades. Let's see, obviously One Piece, that's a big one, but otherwise I've been watching The Girl I Fell in Love With Forgot Her Glasses, which is a very sweet romantic slice life anime. It's very nice. I actually really enjoyed that one. That one's like 2 episodes away from being complete. So that's a nice one. If you like slice of life and like that kind of high school or I don't want to say high school romance, go watch that one. It's really very nice to watch. Another big one that I really like is actually on Netflix. I know a lot of people don't have Netflix anymore because of their whole password sharing thing. But if you do still have it, or if you can watch with a friend, go watch My Happy Marriage. That one is a tearjerker. That one's really nice. I do like that one. That one's probably one of the better ones I've watched so far. I think a lot of people have agreed with that one because that one's just been kind of blowing up. The only problem is if you don't have Netflix, like a lot of people don't want to watch it on Netflix, is that it won't get the recognition because it's on a platform that people no longer want to pay for. So that's the only thing that can be really traumatizing for a good anime is that if it's on a platform no one's watching or just don't want to have. Another one I've been watching, and this one's a little bit more up and down about how I feel about it, and this one is The Dreaming Boy is a Realist. You've probably seen like reels and TikToks and stuff like that about the guy who there's an orange-haired girl and he's walking in the hallway, and the girl erupts like, "Stop following me," or whatever, and the guy's like, "Oh no, I'm just going to the restroom," walks past her. Can I say this? For anyone who makes reels for anime, stop putting what's the word I want to say? Misleading titles for it. Because for this anime in particular, I've seen it several times where the misleading comment or misleading thing above the title for it is saying guy ignores girl, gets over girl, girl broke his heart, guy ignored whatever. And that's not even the situation at all for the anime. That's nothing about what the anime is about. The guy legitimately still loves the girl. The girl, yes, she's rejected him a few times, but that's not the premise at all. And the problem I have with that, when you put misleading titles on your videos about an anime, one makes people more interested in because they thought that was a premise, and then it's like false advertising. Like, tell people what the anime actually is about. If you don't know, then you could just post a clip and let people go find it for themselves. But don't post something misleading about it. Like, don't put somebody's expectation of this is what the anime about, and then they go in saying this is not all what it is. And you would think, oh, that's fine because they're still gonna watch the anime. Fine. No, it's not. I don't particularly agree with that. You shouldn't be putting false advertisement out for an anime saying this is what the show is about, and when it actually is about something completely different. It's completely misconstruing something. For instance, if you put an anime out that has one insanely like graphic scene and say this is the anime, for instance, Goblin Slayer, one of the most controversial openings for an anime there has been. The first episode is graphic, it's very grotesque in everything that hints at. But the weird thing about it is you hardly ever see that again in Goblin Slayer. You see it once more, and that's in the movie. But Goblin Slayer is that one scene, it was a shock value, get you into the anime, and you hardly ever see something of the same caliber as episode 1 again. That's what I mean, like you can't post something about an anime and say this is what the anime is everything about. It's one thing if people post Goblin Slayer, like this was the scene, this was very graphic, this was very violent, and everything else about it, like, okay, cool, that was the scene, that's true. That's very true. If you post that and say, hey, this was what Goblin Slayer starts out of, just the premise, I can understand that for the most part because that's actually the scene if you don't misconstrue people. But if you put a clip out saying, oh, guy's heartbroken, no longer cares about the girl, doesn't want this, that, and the other, ignoring her. Like, that's not the premise. I can tell you the premise of the dreaming boy is a realist. It's the fact that he still really likes the girl, he still has a crush on her and everything. He starts to separate himself from her because he thought that he was one bothering her. He also realized that not too many people walked up to her and talked to her because he was always around her. He wanted to give her space because she is in some ways that school's idol, like in a lot of animes. So he wanted to give her breathing room, and he realized this because he has been hovering over her for the last I can't remember, like school year, whatever plus since he's met her, and he thought he's been suffocating her with this and just kind of berating her. So he says, I'm gonna take a step back and let her live. He said, I'm okay with admiring her from afar. It's not that he's necessarily giving up on her. He still supports her. He still talks to her. He still does those things as a friend. But it's not that he got rejected, no longer wants anything to do with her. He's just taking a step back, which in some ways is a sign of maturity on a guy's part. So don't misconstrue an anime by saying this is what it is and it's not. It's something that I've seen a lot and I kind of really did get annoyed with. All right, another big anime I've been watching is, obviously, I've been talking about this a lot on my manga videos, which those are coming back. Don't worry. But it is Zom 100. It's 6 episodes in, so it's halfway through it, and it's beautiful. I love Zom 100. I've talked about this a lot, but I will say this. The way they did the cutter for Zom 100, like the cutter for just everything about it, it's beautiful. The action is amazing. The way they've done the characters, it is legitimately. And it's happened a lot more in anime, from manga to anime now, is that they're ripping it right from the page and putting it like on the screen. But when you see like from black and white from the manga onto like the cutter onto the screen, Zom 100 is the best kind of example of that, because you take something that was black and white, you can't really see or know what the colors are supposed to be, especially for a zombie anime with the blood. And they took that and made it so dynamically awesome with the colors, the brightness of it. It's amazing. I love what they've done with Zom 100, and I look forward to this one. This was like very well probably my top anime of the year. So that's like, I love Zom 100. If you can't tell because of like the manga I've been reading, how much I talked about it, it's amazing. I love Zom 100 so far. That's the new animes I've been watching. I have watched like an episode of My Tiny Senpai. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot I've been watching that's new, other than like season 2 of Mugisha Tensen, Jujutsu Kaisen. There is one more. Liar Liar. Liar Liar is pretty much a battle game in a school, which is very cool because it's not in the essence of like Darwin's game and stuff like that, where like they are battling to kill each other. No, it's just more like a game inside the school, which I like that premise. That's just a battle royale game of sorts. It's very cool. I do like it so far. That one's really good. I have really been enjoying that one a lot. I have been watching a few other ones, just not ones very noticeable. One's like, Am I Actually the Strongest? Which is kind of, it's okay. It's not the best anime I've seen. It's just mediocre. That one's going to go under the radar, and I don't blame that one because it's not going to entice you very much, which is kind of sad because it has a great world building thing, kind of, but it's just a shut-in kind of neat in the new world and doesn't want to do anything. I don't know, it could have been better. I think it's going to fly in the radar. It's not going to go as, it's not going to be a great anime. It's not going to be like top 10 of anybody's list. It's going to fall to the wayside. No one's going to remember it in T-minus after one day after the anime ends. So it's one of those animes, which is, it's okay. There's a lot of them, especially reincarnation ones. But overall, I'm enjoying like the animes I've been watching so far. A lot more figures coming through. I do have a few more coming in for October, which is going to be interesting. Like I said, the Shiro figure, I'm very happy I finally get this one. It does almost complete my No Game No Life collection. I'll do 2 different videos, separate videos for these 2 figures. So I love how they look so far. I'm very excited to open those. Like I said, this is a Weeb Wednesday. This is going to be something I kind of do maybe once every month. Kind of go over stuff I've been watching, stuff I've been reading, or just things I just want to talk to about in the anime community. Kind of just do that. So this is more of like a very more casual type of video, which I want to do. And it actually makes it a lot easier for me to film and just kind of see what everybody's been doing, or kind of get to know some of the animes maybe I should watch. Hey, you should check this out. So recommend those type of things for me. So clearly, if you have animes or manga I should read, put them in the comments. I really want to know. Like, let me expand so much anime, because again, I've been watching anime for like 20 years. I'm not giving I probably revealed my age, but I've been watching it since I was a kid, man. So I've watched a lot. I've read a lot of manga, and I won't always know everything that's out there, even though as vast as it is, I have not watched everything. So please recommend me some anime, manga, anything. I would happily probably look into it, watch the first few episodes, see if I like it. So like, let me know. Again, more figures coming, more of that coming. Manga Mondays will be coming back in a different kind of way. I won't just talk about the manga I collected. I'll actually go into deep diving about talking about the plot of the manga in those future series. And obviously Figure Friday. But guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Later, crew.